Hi. Hi. Welcome to my episode 9, stand comedy, stand-up rant, whatever you want to call it. Today, I want to talk about model minorities. What's a model minority? Indian Americans here in the US are considered a model minority. Now, it's not something to be proud of. And Sharmaji in India doesn't need to be proud of this because I don't think any parents can tell Sharmaji and say, oh, my son's a model minority in the US. What it means is a minority group that actually does its work, goes to work, comes back, is generally quiet about what's happening around him or her. And that's been Indian American story for the last 30, 40 years, for the most part, right? Indian Americans have been, initially it was, hey, I'm on a temporary visa, so let me be quiet until I get my green card. And then I got my green card, let me be quiet until I get my citizenship. And then when I get my citizenship, damn, I got a house, I got a wife, I got kids, I got too many other problems to talk about societal issues. So what happened is we keep quiet about what's happening around us to other minorities in our country who might be attacked, right? But then I started thinking, where do we come from? We are the model minority, but we came from the model majority in India. The model majority is very similar. They keep quiet. They don't want to be involved in politics. They don't want to bring attention to themselves. And they just don't upset the apple cart. And, the issues are over there. Unfortunately, for many of us, if you're not faced with civil rights issues, if you're not faced with problems that affects us, we don't wake up, right? If it's happening to somebody else, it's fine. So, in these days in India, people have money and people send their kids overseas for studying, for jobs. With 1.3 billion, many Indians are in many countries in the world. And Indians travel abroad for vacations. So, in a funny scenario, let's say your civil rights is taken away. Your kids' civil rights is taken away when they're studying. When you're traveling. Let's say for the 2 weeks you're in Switzerland or the US, people tell you, okay, you can't eat in the same restaurants as everybody else. So the point is, how we treat our minorities in our country makes a difference. The rest of the world is watching. And how Americans treat minorities in the US, Americans are going to be written about by the rest of the global media that way, right? So it's not funny when your civil rights gets taken away. Politicians here in the US, they like to pick on African Americans. And, they say African Americans are using the system, taking advantage of this. But then you ask the same politician, okay, you think African Americans have got it easy? Why don't you be one for a month and see? So I'll ask the same question to Indian majority. Why don't you be a minority for a month or a few weeks? The most important reason is we don't understand what minorities go through, okay? And if you don't understand, talk to people who know, who've been there. Or put yourself in their shoes for a bit. Then we won't be beating up on each other like this. All right? So as a country and people, we're going to be judged on how we treat our minorities, not our majority. All right? So today, hopefully I didn't hurt anybody today. If I hurt you, you're probably a racist and bigot. So I don't have a problem with that. Take care, guys.